What's going on, guys? It's Sensei Adam. Welcome back to another Brawl Stars video. Today we're going to go ahead and discuss one of the most overpowered strategies after the new landscape update. And trust me guys, if you try out this strategy, and it does sound crazy, but if you do try it, you're going to win almost 90% of your games. With this strategy we went about 20-2 and I was able to max out my Pam in just under an hour, which is crazy. We pushed her up from like 380 to 500 in that short amount of time. Yeah, that's how good the strategy is. And as you guys are seeing in the gameplay, the strategy is a pretty crazy one. It consists of double healer, so Pam and Poco, in a tank. It doesn't matter which one. Preferably you want Daryl or Bull because they're better, but El Primo also works out as well. And the crazy part about this is not in Smash and Grab or Gem Grab because that's the new name. This is in Bounty, which these characters are usually not known to be good in this. Well, except for a tank, they could be good, but you know, Pam and Poco usually play them in Smash and Grab instead of Bounty. And it works in two different maps from what I've seen. It works on both long range maps, Shooting Star and Star Gulch. But preferably, you would probably want to play Star Gulch because it has more places for Pam to hide her turret in. While Shooting Star, it does work, but you don't have more placements to put that turret. And then they can just snipe it out, and you're not going to have that healing for a long enough time. So if you guys do enjoy the strategy, and you do want to try it out, could you guys also try out in other maps other than these two, to see if it does work out, and it's just as powerful as on these two maps. Because it was so much fun to play this, and we almost never lost. So if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to smash that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more daily Brawl Stars content. But let's just get started on the strategy guide. So what's so special about having these three brawlers together in a team comp that's in Bounty? Because you almost never ever think that they'd work together, especially Poco and Pam in Bounty. What? Before they were strictly used for Smash and Grab only. You'd want them to be a gem carrier and not really have them together, or else you're not going to have enough firepower to take anybody out. Well, the secret is, both of these brawlers extremely benefit from all of the things that just changed in this update. Specifically, landscape mode. Now you can see the whole map, and all of Pam and Poco's range can be seen from top to bottom and left to right. So in theory, their attacks have full vision of the entire map. So it doesn't matter if somebody's trying to sneak you from left to right or just go from top to bottom towards you. It doesn't matter. You can just hit them, keep poking them. They can be a tank, a long range brawler. It doesn't matter. All of the time, you're not going to even let them come close to you. And then comes in the new joystick to attack and the auto attack options. Basically, everybody already knows that heavily favors cone-shaped brawlers. And what do you know? The strategy strictly consists of cone-shaped attackers. So Pam has her wide, very long range cone shape, Poco has his extremely wide cone shape, and of course everybody knows, tanks are overpowered, so you almost have to have them in your team comps. So you either want Daryl or Bull, and you can also have El Primo in there if you need to level him up. And then other than that, it kind of just feels like the strategy is an undying strategy, where a lot of the times you're going to find yourself not even dying throughout the entire game, because you're going to have Pam's healing station healing everybody up, and whenever it's an emergency situation, Poco can just use his super, which just takes 5 hits to load up, so nothing too much, and throughout the match he's probably going to have it a lot of the times. And generally what you're going to find out about these two maps, so Shooting Star and Star Gulch, is there's two different types of people that play on this map. Number one, you're going to find the traditionalists that play long range brawlers such as Piper, Brock, Rico, Colt, and those I have to say are probably the easiest matchup out of the bunch. What you want to do is try and push up into their base as much as you possibly can, and try and choke them out in their base, so spawn trap as hard as you can. And you're going to find that it's extremely easy to do. It's so hard for them to even make a dent on you with all the healing going on. And then, if you see the chance, put the healing station behind the wall, like the one that I have right now. But if you are spawn trapping, put them up even further behind one of the walls in their base. And it's going to let your team stay there, not even let them get out. And it's so funny. A lot of the times we had games where we went like 30-10 and didn't even die till like the last 30 seconds. It's so much fun to do. And then the second group of people you're gonna find are the ones that are like the more modern players. They know what the meta is. It's all about tanks and maybe a Shelly thrown in there. So it's gonna be a little bit tougher to try and spawn trap them. So what do you want to do? Generally with those types of players, you want to stay back in your base and just keep chipping them away. What I find that they basically do most of the time is try to walk up to you, and they're not going to succeed in that. So just keep chipping them away with Poco and your Pam, and then once they do get close enough to you, most of the time they're probably going to be at like half HP or just not at full HP in general. And then your Daryl or your Bull is just going to finish them off, because since he's going to have a max HP, and he's probably going to win in the war of attrition. And then both tanks are just going to spam the auto attack button, and since your tank has more health, of course he's going to win most of the time, right? So now we're going to go ahead and discuss what do you want to do with each one of these individual brawlers, because all of them have a specific role. It's not as easy as we're making it look in the gameplay, guys. You have to do some stuff right in order for this to work. And first I want to start off talking about Pam, because she has a very important role in the strategy. She's basically your chip damage dealer. So your role is, if you see somebody at low HP, you have to keep them that way. And if you're at low HP yourself, sometimes you just have to risk getting that one hit off so their Piper or their Brock doesn't regen. Because if you guys didn't notice, everybody in your team has a higher HP than those low HP brawlers such as Piper, Pam, Rico. Yeah, you're gonna out regen them most of the time. So yeah, most of the time you want to keep grinding it out, keep hitting at least one bullet on them and make it so they don't regen health. And one of the key aspects of doing that is always try and save a bullet. Don't just keep shooting and try to do damage. Your job is to just not let them regen. Remember that. Don't try and do as much damage as possible. Unless, and here's an exception, if they're right next to you. So if a Bull or a Daryl dashes close to you, or you have somebody right next to you, you want to use all those 3 attacks to get them down as fast as possible. So just keep spamming the auto attack if you think they're in range and it's not going to have a high probability of missing. Just spam the auto attack for the win. Am I right? And the second brawler we have to talk about is Poco, because he also has a very important role in the strategy. While Pam most of the time just stays down the middle trying to hit that chip damage off, Poco is kind of more like a flanker. So you want to play him a little bit more as a tank, and then basically have him go on the opposite side of where your tank goes. So if your Pam's going down the middle, have your Poco go to the left, have your tank go to the right, or vice versa, just left or right, have you decide mid-game. But this is the beauty that makes the strategy work so well, especially if you're going against lower HP brawlers. So what you want to do is have your Poco go to the left, and then your Daryl to the right, your Pam in the middle. So have your Poco keep pushing them back to the right where the Daryl is, while your Pam just chips them down towards the middle. And since they're going to have no choice, your Poco is just going to have that wide cone while they're in their spawn. It's just going to be a havoc. And then your Daryl can just sneak up in there while they're retreating toward the right and absolutely wreck all of them. It's so funny to do. And this is how you get a lot of stars without dying a lot of the time. And lastly, of course, we have to talk about Daryl. Because if you think about it, he is the big damage dealer on your team, and he does push your enemies back. Because if they do see a full-blown tank just charging straight at them, they are going to go back. While Poco and Pam are threats, they do some damage, but you guys know, if you see a tank, especially with the new auto attack method, you're going to go back. So there's kind of 2 situations on how you want to play your Daryl. First, if you are trying to spawn trap, you might want to split everybody up so your Daryl's either on the right or left, and try and converge them all into one so your Daryl can just go in and spam that auto attack and get all of them killed. Number 2, and this goes more for when you're trying to go on a defensive position, basically have everybody crowd around Pam's healing station, and then have your Daryl or tank stay in front of everybody, just shooting their shotguns, having them stay back, while your Poco and your Pam can stay a little bit more back, doing that splash damage. But just make sure everybody stays around the healing station radius, just so everybody can get that heal up. And if there are some consequences, like everybody's low on HP, you can just have your Poco use your super, heal everybody up, and then the enemy team's gonna be like, what the hell, we just did so much damage and now they just healed up again. Are we ever gonna break through this incredible defense? No, because that's why it's the overpowered strategy. Double healer is just too overpowered. So guys, what do you think about this extremely overpowered strategy? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think there's a counter for it? Do you think it's very overpowered? I certainly do think so, because we went on a 20-2 run with it, and a lot of the times we almost shut them out completely. So yeah, it's incredibly OP, and it's very hard to die while you're doing it. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you did, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more daily Brawl Stars content. And as always guys, I'll see y'all next time. Peace!